you're here, and you're going to watch about Japan today. Welcome. Hello guys, it's me Alan, and I really want to talk about a topic that is really fascinating for me. It's things that are illegal around the world, but completely fine here in Japan. Marriage with your cousin. We still have such traditions because Japanese people tend to marry their relatives in order to get better relationships between families. And actually, I don't really know the real reason why we still have it, because if you look at the big picture, we don't really need such relationships anymore to maintain the relationships between families, but Japanese people just can't change it and they still do it. Not a lot of people actually, just minority of them, but it still hasn't changed and I'm a bit shocked about it, because for me it's just incomprehensible. I can't understand how exactly they were doing it and why they're still doing that. So if your Japanese friend is calling you on a marriage and say something, I'm marrying to my cousin, don't be really shocked about it. Age of consent. I'll be honest with you, Japanese people really have different cultural aspects related to marriage or consent in general. Previous age of consent of Japanese people was 13 years old. If now it's 16 years old, it has changed a bit. But before, if you were just about 13 years old, you could just marry another person already. And it wasn't banned or it wasn't illegal. It was completely fine here. I don't really know the reason of that age of consent, but I haven't seen Japanese people who are already married at the age of 16 years old either. So I don't really know is it practiced at all or not, but it's just written in the law that you're able to do that. So if you have a partner that is able to accept you and you're just about 16 years old right now, no need to be worried about something, you can already have a marriage. Cigarettes. What I don't really understand about cigarettes right now, we kind of ban them and you're not able to smoke in Japan unless you're 21 years old, but considering it, we still have vending machines that are selling cigarettes. And if you have just an ID that approves that you're above 21 years old, you can buy the cigarettes. And you know what? Japanese people are not stupid, especially Japanese teenagers. They're just taking the IDs of their parents or someone who is older than them and able to buy cigarettes, and they just have access to cigarettes. Even so, Japanese people don't really smoke a lot right now, and Japan is just catching up with Western culture and trying to ban cigarettes and smoking in public places. There are still a lot of places and bars that were founded before 2022, and you're able to smoke inside them. So if you're going to some restaurants that are quite old and have a lot of traditions, you probably will find a lot of people that will be smoking there. You must be really careful when you're going there. And be honest, saying from my own experience, when I was going to one of such restaurants, I saw so much people smoking. And if you say something, you probably will be ignored, especially if you're a foreigner. And there's no reason for you even to say something, because it's not right and it's not allowed. So smoking is still a big problem for Japanese people, I guess, especially if I compare it to the Europe countries when it's not allowed in public places like restaurants. But in Japan, it was completely fine before, so some people still can get along with new rules, and a lot of people are still smoking at public places like restaurants. Virtual relationships. I guess a lot of people have watched anime and really like it. Because of that, they actually like Japan. And what is really cool thing about Japanese marriage and things that are related to marriage in general, you can have virtual relationships with a 2D girl. So even if you don't have a real girlfriend, you still can have a girlfriend inside your phone. And if you even say something, or people will even know that you have a girlfriend inside your phone, no one will say something bad about it, because it's widely accepted in Japan. A lot of people are struggling here to make real relationships, and as you may know, Japanese population is really aging right now, so there are not a lot of young partners for you. So you can just take your phone and have relationships with it, and no one will judge you for it. Fancy vending machines. I know, it sounds already quite fancy, but you know what? We still have vending machines that are selling women pants that you're able to buy and do whatever you want with it. And it has even a smell of the woman or girl, I don't know, it depends from what you're buying there. I just thinking about it right now, and I can't imagine someone in Europe just going to a vending machine and buy someone's pants and sniff them. For me it's a bit wild, but we still have such machines here in Japan. So if you're a wild person that is not able to create a real girlfriend, I'm not trying to insult you right now if you don't have a girlfriend. In Japan, for such people, we have a special vending machine, so you're able to buy some pants and you can satisfy your feelings with that. I have never seen something like this before, and for my brains it was just a blowing up mind thing, and I just couldn't imagine people who are going there to buy it. Just imagine a person who is staying with a vending machine that is selling someone's pants. The wildest thing I have ever seen. I'm not sure that it's illegal in other countries. I just assumed that it's not okay there, because if I see someone doing it, I'll just think that this person is a bit weird, but we have it here and you can enjoy it as well. Pachinko Gambling. You probably haven't heard that Japan has a lot of pachinko gambling stores. When I was in Osaka and I was walking just around, I just noticed how many pachinko stores we have around. I mean, when you're going to Dotonbori, that like famous place of Osaka, there were a lot of pachinko. I was just walking and seeing pachinko just on every quarter. It was a big shock for me because I saw that pachinko are banned around the world. Even if they're not banned, they're trying to hide them as much as possible. But in Japan, we're not trying to hide them. We just have pachinko here. And anyone who is above 18 years old is already open to enter the store. I saw that Japanese people don't really visit such stores because, you know, it's obvious that you're not going to have a lot of from there. But I was really astonished of amount of people actually who are visiting that stores. And what is a really like cool things, I guess, is low hotels. If you're in Japan, you're able to visit the hotels without any problems. But what is actually a strange thing about that? Japanese government actually tried to ban them, and they actually banned them. But those people, entrepreneurs, decide to do a really smart step. They just decide to build typical hotels, but in general they're building low hotels, but under the name of typical hotel. You may think that you're visiting a typical hotel, but actually it may be a low hotel. So it just depends from what room you're going to choose there. If you're going to a typical hotel and you're staying at a lobby, you can say like, oh, I would like a room for special use, and you'll probably get the keys to a room that is made in order to have fun. And my classmates actually visit the hotel, and it was just, I was shocked. I wasn't even expecting that a young person who is about 17 years old is able to do something like that. He says that it was quite enjoyable. As you may see, Japan is really different from other countries, and some things are still like okay here, but banned around the world. And Japanese people doesn't look like care about it as much. I guess it's a special part of Japan, so I'm not here to judge it. I even like it because it's so different from other countries. It's making a feeling that you're in Japan. It was Nolan, thank you for watching and bye!